Battling over the budget, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin sparring with Senate Democrats on Capitol Hill this afternoon over the economy and the president's new budget plan. Edward Lawrence has been following it all for us. It got kind of heated, huh, Edward?
It got very heated at this hearing, but, before that, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says that he may not even bring up this budget because he believes that the House Democrats will not sign off on the budget the way it is. And he wants to bring up the budget on the Senate floor only when there's an agreement about spending and cuts. Now, at the Senate Financial Services Committee, it got very heated at times. Democrats argued that the Obama era created more jobs in the last 3 years than the first 3 years of the Trump administration. Now, Mnuchin shot back, saying that wage growth has been better under President Donald Trump. He also pointed out that unemployment has been below 4% for the past 23 months. Still, Senator Ron Wyden saying the proposed 2021 budget does nothing for the economy.
The Trump administration's budget is built on policies that pillage working families to pay for new windfalls for multinational corporations and the wealthy.
And Mnuchin defending the budget and the tax cuts says the reason $1 trillion has come back in from overseas to the United States as companies move their money back to the United States. He also pointed out that wages for blue-collar workers are rising faster than wages for wealthier Americans. Also, about an hour or so ago, the president touting this economy. Listen.
We've cut our taxes. We've cut regulations at a level that nobody's ever been able to cut them.
And at the Senate Financial Services Committee hearing, you might be seeing how the Democrats plan to go after President Donald Trump in the 2020 election, basically saying that not everyone is seeing this, and the growth in GDP started under President Obama. Back to you guys.
Edward, thank you very much. Well, Steve, you say that Congress has to take the president's spending cuts seriously. You write in a business piece on foxbusiness.com, quote, how to defuse the debt bomb and balance the federal budget. Yes, it can be done. Well, make your case.
Yeah, we haven't done it since Bill Clinton was president.
That's
that was
right,
a long
20
time
years
ago.
ago.
A couple of quick points. Number one, we have, even with those tax cuts, we have the most federal revenues coming into the Treasury than any other time in American history adjusted for. It's not a revenue problem. It's a spending problem. Number two, the most important thing on the budget, and tell me, Scott, if you think I'm right about this, is to make sure that the private economy, the GDP, grows faster than the debt. We don't want the debt spiraling faster. Number three, Trump has a lot of very Trump has a lot of. Yeah, I thought you like that. And three, you've got to do something about the spending. There are so many hundreds and hundreds of programs that we should get rid of in the budget.
So part of the challenge is, one, for the Republicans, I feel like the hypocrisy around the Tea Party in 2011 through 2014 or 15 saying $1 more of spending and we are one step closer to financial and national Armageddon, and the resounding cricket silence of those voices I find extraordinary and depressing. That being said, I happen to not believe that deficits matter to the degree to which the Tea Party was so agitated at that time. And you can make an argument that, look, what we have is essentially an ongoing Japan scenario where debt continues to rise and GDP growth continues to go down. Unfortunately, as long as interest rates are really low, that is a tenable situation that will not preclude anyone from making the kind of difficult choices.
But you said the most important thing. Interest rates are so incredibly low. Right. When interest rates begin to increase, the public is going to go crazy, and the Tea Party will come back to life in good. In running for re-election, Trump cannot talk about entitlement reform. I would pray that if he wins re-election and he gets a Congress that's amenable, we actually begin to look at some of the things that, by the way, Obama promised to look at in terms of reforming Social Security in particular.
Well, I believe to that point, Liz, we do need interest rates to start to behave more normally because we need some sort of inflationary. Well, yeah, because we need some sort of inflationary backstop to this, Steve, because you have to repay debts and deficits with cheaper dollars.
But the whole world has like zero interest rates.
Well, that's the problem, though, David. We're in this massive.
I want interest rates to keep going down.
Well, we're in this they're doing that, though, Steve, because we're in this disinflationary, almost deflationary spiral. I mean, talk to Japan. You can't pay back these deficits with more expensive dollars and expect to get out of them. You need inflation to come back and basically pay back these debts with cheaper dollars.
I have one data point I have to throw in here. Do you know that Greece actually has a bond out right now with a negative interest rate? If that doesn't say it all.
Greece, of all countries.
Can you imagine?
This is a much bigger conversation than our a lot of 5 minutes, but the reality is if you have an aging population and a population decrease, this whole question of economic growth and interest rates, I know we think interest rates must go up at some point, but if you look at Western Europe and you look at Japan, maybe they won't.
Steve, let me just ask. McConnell says we're not going to pass a budget because the Democrats are. He's probably right, but we keep having these continuing resolutions instead of passing a budget. It's been years since we've had one, and as a result, we keep having this rising debt.
It's government on automatic pilot, and so nothing gets changed, and that's no way to
Nothing gets cut.
Right, nothing gets cuts, nothing gets changed. You can't, create new programs. You can get rid of the old ones. It's just no way to run a country.
Yeah. All right. Well.